Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Watcher of Realms video. In today's video, I want to show you a pretty fun team, kind of like I mentioned a while back when I did my Conqueror Immortal Codex boss. And that's going to be a team that I'm going to be using pretty much as free-to-play friendly as I can make it. And it's mostly going to be Nightmare champions. Obviously, you can bring some better ones if you have a Valkyria, if you have Arrogance, you know, there's going to be some good replacement for these. However, the core of these champions are, like I mentioned, champions that most of you should have or they're easy to obtain. Like the two legendaries that I have in the team are Volca and Abomination, and that's about it. Those are the only ones that I have. And the reason why is because, well, they are free to obtain. Everybody can fuse them, or like Volca, everybody can get her from Tide. So I wanted to show that this one can actually be done, and you can easily hit S with this type of a team. And just so that I can try and make it again as relatable as possible, I did not swap around all of the artifacts, okay? At least with the artifacts, I left whatever they had on, okay? The gears, I just went and quick swapped. I didn't try to perfectly min-max, perfectly optimize, you know, the attack speeds, this and that. I just took some of my builds that I had on other champions, put them on this team, which is, you know, what most of you should be doing. If you're trying to get your best possible damage, you should be trying to get your best gear on here and then try and do that maximum damage with that. So that's pretty much what I did, and I just threw Aatrox in there at the end, which again, you don't need Aatrox. You can have whoever's gonna be your next best fighter or your best tank. Like as an example, if you have somebody like a Captain Rev, if you got him, Captain Rev would be amazing in this team. Just throw him in there and you're gonna see some crazy damage. Like, look at this, I'm even at S+, and I might even get to double S if I do get to squeeze a little bit more damage in there. Another option that you can bring in the team would be somebody like a Constance, for example, because what does Constance bring? Well, she brings that inspiration boost, which basically will boost everybody's attack, and that would be just massive. So as an example, I hit S+, you saw it was pretty convenient, it was pretty easy. I have 2 free legendaries and 4 epics in this team, and at least one of them, like Vladov, is definitely subpar. He's not even A5, I just realized. He's not even A5, he's just A1. And you're gonna see the thing that might surprise you is Gluttony is #1 DPS. He is amazing. He can do some crazy stuff. Then #2 Aatrox, #3 Wrath, then Volca, and then Abomination. Obviously, the damage that you do will always depend on how and where you position them. Like, if I decide to swap them around, for example, and put my Abomination in the front, he's gonna be doing more damage himself because he's gonna be hitting the early waves faster himself. Now let's do a quick test. Just, you know, I've not done this before, but let's have a look at how the damage would look if I drop somebody like an Aatrox and I just bring Constance. Let's say you have Constance. Let's see, can I boost it a little bit or not? Do keep in mind, if you have somebody like a Constance, the ideal build for her would be in Invigoration. So as an example, I would want to boost my Abomination's damage. I place him, then I place my Constance, then I go with Gluttony, then Volca, then Wrath, and then Vladov I post. So basically the rotation, the way that I placed them, that's what I did in the previous one as well. I'm not facing him this way, I'm facing him towards the back, so he can kind of protect my Constance. Honestly, I'm not sure if she's gonna survive, okay, because she only heals when she heals somebody else. However, this might help. The thing with her is you would not necessarily use Constance's ultimate ASAP, okay? Because most of the time, you're gonna see early on, you can pretty much deal with these waves easily. When you start getting overwhelmed, that's the moment when you would use Constance's ultimate, so you provide that inspiration with her so that everybody else's attack is boosted, okay? Before that, don't really do it, okay? Also do keep in mind that when she does her ultimate, she stops healing, so that's gonna be tricky. If she's, you know, overwhelmed already, she might just be killed pretty fast. So you would ideally want to try, once you see that more and more start getting towards the back line, that's when you would cast her ultimate, so that they start, you know, they start to get killed before they get to her. Because if they get to her, like I said, she might be hit a few times and then that's it, she's dead, and that's not what you want to do. So again, you see what is happening over here. That's the reason why my Gluttony does more damage than my Abomination, because, well, Gluttony is on the front line. I'm not saying he's worse, you know, Gluttony and Abomination are pretty much the, you know, just about as good, I would say, but it's because obviously Abomination only starts hitting about this point into the fight, so that's why you don't see his damage ramp up the same as Gluttony's. So as an example, I think now would be a good time to pop my first ultimate, because it seems like we're starting to get more people coming through. let's use the ultimate. You're gonna see the damage ramp up, okay? I mean, look at the damage that we do. It's like they're not getting to the back anymore. The scary thing is, Vladov might die because he don't get healed. Okay, now he might get healed because she finished her, what's her name? She finished her invigoration. Now I can pop it again. See, it comes back pretty fast, and I'm curious, can we get S plus or higher? That's gonna be the curiosity over here. She might die because she cannot heal now, because when she casts her ult, she's not healing. Let's see, is she gonna survive? Do we get the chance to use the inspiration one more time? Let's see, one more time. Can we get SS? That's kind of the goal, right? That's the goal, to see if with her, is it going to be better than having somebody like an Aatrox? Is it not quite there? It's basically just about the same. Obviously, if you could, you would drop Vladov instead, because he does not provide that much damage. He's just somebody I brought into the team, like I said, as a free epic that everybody has. You see, like, the damage is not quite there. Even though he's in the front line, he does a ton of damage. It's not quite the best. If I drop, you know what? Let's do the last test, okay? Last test, and I'm going to show you the builds. Let's drop our Vladov, and let's bring back Aatrox. We're going to lose some attack speed because we need 1, 2, 3. Actually, no, we're just fine. 4 is the amount of people you need to get the maximum attack speed for a lot of your Nightmare champions. Now, let's go again. Let's see. Is it going to be a big difference or not? So, same principle. He goes first, then her, then this. Gluttony, Wrath, and I guess Aatrox this time, I'm gonna place him forward because, well, he's gonna die anyway. He gets hit, he keeps consuming his HP, he's gonna die, then we're gonna keep placing him again, and then towards the end, we're gonna spin him around and place him towards the front. So, I'm really curious. Let me know in the comments down below, with this team, do you think it's gonna hit double S or not? That's gonna be the question. Do you think it's gonna be double S, or are we still gonna be at S plus, and that's about it? But still, overall, you kind of get the gist of it. You want strong fighters, you want strong defenders, you know, whichever's gonna be your best. And if I could do it with, you know, a sort of a free-to-play from the champion's point of view team, if I could hit S easily, as you saw, I'm quite sure most of you should be able to hit S plus, double S at least, maybe even SS plus with using, you know, not subpar champs, but a little bit stronger ones. You know what, let me just pop her invigoration early, because why not? Let's just kill some stuff early, why not? She's gonna come back to it pretty fast, as we noticed. I think every time she gets hit, like whenever she heals somebody, she boosts her rage, so that's what it helps. Then when she gets hit, she boosts her rage, so she actually comes back to her ultimate faster than I realized, so that's good. Okay, let's pop Aatrox again. Guess I'm just gonna full YOLO, kind of like a full YOLO it, and see, can we get double S? Like, that's the goal, right? This one with Aatrox right now, the goal is to get double S. Can we do it or not? I'm really curious. If we can, then, well, you got yourself a team. Obviously, if you don't have constants, again, bring your best fighters that you can for the sake of this fight, so that you can push it to the next level, because the Immortal Codex is really important. The best thing about Immortal Codex, from my point of view, and the reason why I like it so much, is because, well, it gives us sort of a free way to obtain Ancients. It's like, I think it comes back, it's twice a month, so we can get like 8, so that's kind of like, you know, it makes it be like, yes, please, give me as much Immortal Codex as possible. I want to get those Ancient Summons, because they're not quite as easy to obtain. Okay, she might die. Okay, can she survive? Let's see, let's pop the ultimate from Volca. Come on, hit me with that double S. If I pop her ult, she might die. Still, let's risk it. Let's risk it for the chocolate biscuit. Give me the double S. That's what I want to see. Double S, come on. Almost there, almost there. There we go. Double S with pretty much, you know, some free-to-play variation of champions, just throwing in constants in there for a little bit of boosting, and you got yourself some nice damage for the Conqueror boss. Now, let's have a look at the damages. So we're going to see number 1 Aatrox, actually. Obviously, he does a ton of damage. Then we have Gluttony, Wrath, Volca, Abomination, obviously, Constance. I don't know how she does damage, because she mostly heals. But let's have a look at the builds, okay? Let's have a look at the builds of these people, and let's see how each and every single one are doing. So, Wrath is in a Soulbound, Arcana plus Annihilating Might. You see his stats. Then he's obviously fully skilled up. And then Artifact, I've seen a basic one. You see, basic one, not even, you know, a strong one. Then if you go to Abomination, he's going to be an Infernal Roar and again Annihilating Might. You see his stats. Attack speed is extremely low. Prefer to have it higher. You'd prefer to have more attack as well. He's not fully skilled up. And then Artifacts, he's winning a basic Lunacy Visor. Again, told you I used as basic artifacts as I could, or whatever they had on them, because I tried to make it relatable. Then Gluttony, kind of like one of my favorite ones, and the reason why it's so good to build somebody like a Gluttony is because you can build them in an Inferno Roar and whatever you want here, Warlord. Maybe Warlord's not the best one, you know what? Maybe the best one would be Annihilating Might, because his damage, if we take a look over here, his damage scales off of HP. So that means I can have stuff like HP percent on the main stat. Then I can have, let me see, what else? So HP percent on the main stat. You kind of get the gist. You can, instead of trying to look for attack bonuses, you can look for some good Inferno Roar that has HP, at least for 2 of them, HP as the main stat, and get crit rate, crit damage, which normally you might sell. But I did keep some of these ones, especially for that reason, because I knew Gluttony will be used. Then when it comes to the artifact, from my point of view, the best one for him is the Watchguard's Ambition, because he has a chance to trigger another basic attack. And what does he do on the basic attack? He hits one enemy, but with this one, he has a chance to do AoE damage and do damage up to 5 enemies, and also inflicts them with stun. So if this one's happening, then you kind of control the wave so they don't go back and destroy your fence and then move on. So that's why Gluttony is really good. Maybe I should try and focus and get a little bit more attack speed on him, because right now he's only at plus 146. It's 1.8. I would prefer to get that lower, close to 1 if I could. So as an idea, maybe this, I should try to give him attack speed, or again, maybe over here look for more attack speed. Maybe I make this a whirlwind, but you know, that's just some ideas for you guys. Then if we're talking about Volca, she's again an Inferno Roar plus Annihilating Might, good attack speed, decent attack, decent crit damage. She obviously doesn't do as much damage again because she's more towards defense, so she loses a lot of damage early on. And then when it comes to the artifact, she has her exclusive artifact, but you can put anything on her. You can even put the Watchguard, same as Evan Gluttony. You can put I've seen, you can put Wailing Skull. As you can see, I have some options, okay? I have some better options, just I didn't use them on purpose. Then Constance, like I mentioned, she's in Invigoration, she's skilled up, and then Artifact, she's running Astral Obelisk, okay? This is the best one for her. Oh yeah, I forgot to show the Volca, she's fully skilled up. She's pretty good, I use her a lot, so that's why I actually skilled her up. And then the last one, Aatrox, which I used in this team, he's in a Curse build with Annihilating Might again. This good crit damage, good attack speed. I don't think you really care about it. It's more about his AoE damage. And then he has a maxed out IFSIN, actually, almost maxed out. And did I miss somebody? I think I had somebody else. Who else did I have in there? One of the Nightmare people. Oh yeah, Vladov. And then Vladov, he's in a that's a lot of purple of shiny, okay? But it's still, he's not the best when it comes to stuff like that. I think he shines more on single target, but still, this is his build again. Inferno Roar plus the Warlord, and then Artifact, he has a Scarlet Hunt, because obviously he does have a chance to apply Bleed. So yeah, this is pretty much it. You saw we did double S actually with pretty much free-to-play champs. I guess, yeah, we do have to pull, obviously, you have to pull, you know, you have to get lucky maybe to pull Gluttony, you have to get lucky to pull Aatrox, but at least I didn't show only Constance as a legendary, but I showed you S+ without Constance, mostly Nightmare, mostly free to obtain champs, and you know, it can be done. So I hope you enjoyed it, guys. If you did, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace, love, take care everyone. Bye guys.
Hell hath no fury like a mother